Welcome, Internet Nomad. This is an in-depth look at my experiences with Life is Strange. This means it will contain spoilers for the entire game. I recommend everyone to play this game before listening to my game tale. This is a semi-review. I will talk about the game the way I played. This is a game tale, and not much of a review of the graphics and controls. It is more of an experience, focusing on what I thought about the game and less of a critique about the gameplay. While the game boasts player choice, the story follows the same beats regardless of your choices. Dialogue will change between characters. Minor changes to the story do occur, but in the end it comes to the same conclusion. I like that because it helps create an interactive story where players could share feelings without having to say, in my version compared to the other playthrough. I mentioned in my retrospective that I found this game via Game Theory Live. The scene I saw was the one where the player hides in the closet as David talks to Chloe. I saw up until the kiss and decided not to watch the rest as I intended on playing the game series eventually. When the remastered collection was announced for the Switch, I remembered the scene and decided to purchase the game. The first episode, Chrysalis, really set up the game nicely. When I first played, I remember seeing all those notices of a lost person named Rachel. I thought that was just flavor text, and I didn't know anything about the story. I went in completely blind. I'm going to just touch on the major choices. I reported Nathan to the principal. This is one decision in which I debated back and forth with. I didn't know which choice was better. I felt telling the truth would be better in the long run. Also, I felt the principal was less mad when you told the truth. This choice seemed more obvious. I felt I had to make fun of Victoria because of everything she did prior. The game sets up her as a mean girl so early, it felt only right to be mean back. This is the first choice that I regret after playing more into the game. I took a photo of David harassing Kate. I felt this was a better option than getting involved, but later on in the game, this decision bites you in the butt. I stayed hidden when David and Chloe argued. This is a choice I made because that is what Matt from Game Theory did. After that, Chloe dares me to kiss her, and I do. The second episode is the reason I wanted to replay the game. Out of Time is my favorite episode of the game. I haven't gotten around to my second playthrough yet, though. This is my second regret. I told Kate to wait for more proof. I thought it was a good choice. It breaks my heart knowing if my choices led to something I will explain later in this video. I cannot believe I made all the wrong choices. I didn't answer Kate's call. I decided this because Chloe pressures you not to answer. I wanted to impress Chloe. After all the wrong choices regarding Kate, I didn't save Kate. This is the reason I wanted a second playthrough. I wanted to save Kate in my next playthrough. I decided to blame David for Kate's death. I chose this because I had proof of David harassing Kate. I had no clue why Jefferson would be at fault. Nathan wasn't a good choice since the principal doesn't believe you when you report Nathan. The episode Chaos Theory was cool. The search for Rachel really begins, and the story really develops in this episode. My favorite puzzle using time travel happens in this episode. Chloe and Max try to get to the principal's office after school. I use an explosive to open it, but then it set off the fire alarm. The solution is to go into the office, rewind time, and open it from the inside. I left the money and decided this was the best choice. I kissed Chloe in this episode, and I sided with Chloe instead of David. The dark room was disturbing. This is the darkest episode. It made me really feel gross during the last two episodes. When I went back in time and saved William, this causes Chloe to end up getting a real car for her birthday, and then she ends up in a wreck. She becomes wheelchair bound and asks you to kill her. I refused Chloe's request. I wonder if there was a way to prevent this. I went back in time to allow William to die. Apparently everyone has to go down this path. Warren beat up Nathan. I felt Nathan deserved to be beaten up at this point. Chloe killed Frank. I should have rewound time, but I thought it wouldn't matter in the end. Victoria didn't believe your warning. After all my choices, Victoria didn't believe what I said about Nathan. I didn't see Jefferson being the bad guy coming. Rachel ends up being a victim of his twisted photo shoots, which leads this section to come back while replaying. The final episode, Polarized, has a nightmare puzzle, where Kate and Victoria haunt you in the nightmare since you can't save them. The self sequence was cool. I had a hard time with it because I tried too quickly to pass them. Once I slowed down and used time control correctly, it was easy. I love the maze of the dorm rooms and figuring out that puzzle. I like how Max wins the Everyday Hero contest by going back in time and entering. After getting a call from Chloe, you go back in time and rip the photo. Jefferson ends up bringing you back to the dark room. The final choice I picked was to sacrifice Chloe. I wanted to replay to get the other ending. I searched online for a video and saw the original game. I'm glad I waited for the remaster since the faces look better. And that is my game tale of Life is Strange.